How is everybody doing? LA Kendrick, getting everything started. We set this thing up to go live on its own, but guess what? As usual, something crazy happens. So we're here, we're setting the mood in the background. We're trying to do a recap. But here we go. We talk about everything cryptid, supernatural, extraterrestrial, extra dimensional, ultra dimensional, demons, serial killers. We talk about it all here at Would You Dare. All right. Got a lot of incredible stuff, a lot of good stuff coming up to share with you guys. And I'm not going to be on too long because, again, been a long day. Been up since like 2:38, so it's been a long day. And let me see something here. Been a long day. Let me see if this light looks better white.
Bluetooth mode.
Let me go with that. Even though I was trying to set the mood with the spooky stuff, we got a lot of great stuff coming up. And what I want to do with you guys is recap where we've been this year as far as going to see the spooky stuff, the extraterrestrial stuff, the supernatural stuff. So I'm just going to go through a whole gambit of it. And then I'm going to talk about these two guys that got killed looking for Bigfoot. So with that being said, let me share with you the new work. Okay. Let me share the screen. So you guys, check this out. This is coming up shortly. That is new work. That's new work coming. That's out. Or should I say, that will be out.
All right.
All right. That's just work we've been working on. You can't see anything? Well, let me try that again. Let me try it again. Let me run it back. Hey, Pink Unicorn, how you guys doing? Let me run it back, okay? So let me do the video again. All right. Bear with me, because again, I'm using a new computer set up here, so bear with me. I'm gonna run it back. Let me share the screen. Okay. Videos. Was it up? Okay. Okay, let me share that. Can you see it now? Can you see anything now, Pink Unicorn? Can you see everything now, or is it still black? Pink Unicorn, can you hear me now? Can you see anything? How does the screen look now? Okay, this is what's coming up. So this is what, be prepared for this. This is the new book, and I'm telling you guys, this is an incredible book. Hey, what's up, KK? Check it out. Happy early birthday. Check this out. This is new work that is already finished, and I should have it out next month. But I have something else coming out this month. But what I'm going to do is I'm just recapping everything that we've done in 2024, all the places we've been, some of the crazy stuff we've seen, because we've seen more supernatural stuff. Well, you know what? Let me just run this video real quick so you guys get a taste of what's coming. Okay. It's weird. That's new work, you know. Man, I tell you, it's crazy, man, trying to get this stuff set up, and I could have sworn everything was supposed to be ready to go, good to go, ready to go. That's what's supposed to have happened. Let me try that. Let me try that one more time. I don't want nobody get no strikes. So let me try something here. Put this in the chat. That way you know where to go get the book. So you click on that, you can get the book from that site. Well, was it skipping on you guys, or did it go? Was it smooth? How did it do? How did it go? Because I don't know if it was skipping for you guys. Was it breaking up and skipping, or how did it go? Hit that like button when you guys come in. Appreciate you. It skipped very minimal. Kind of breaking up a little bit. Let me see. Let me try it again. I want to see what happens this time if I do it again. Let me try this. Let me try it again. Share. No, not that one. Not that one. Well, that's the new work that's coming out. But I'm not understanding why it keeps skipping. I'm just, it's annoying, man. That's irritating. I have no idea why it's skipping because everything else was firing and doing good at first. I ran the test, so it should have been. I thought it was smooth and ready to go. But again, what I'm going to do today is just show you guys where we've been, the spooky stuff, the places we've been, the conventions, all of that. Then I'm going to top it off with, like I said, that news article that just came out, and it's nationwide. It's kind of nationwide, where they were talking about the two dudes that end up dead searching for Sasquatch, which is Bigfoot, which is what we talk about here. And the party don't start till you walk in, and now that you're here, let's begin. Let's get this over with. All right. So let me go somewhere here, because it's skipping like it's getting on my nerves. So let me go to some of the videos. Let me go to the videos. Let me go to the shorts, right? So one of the first places that we went was went to Colorado. Yeah, I know the screen is black right now, so just bear with me. I know you guys can hear me, but we went to Colorado, so I'm just trying to load something up. That's the first place that we went. And one of the things that we saw when we were in Colorado was weird. It was, let me see here. We think, let me see, let me pull it up. Bear with me. Let me see. Because again, we've been pretty busy this year, traveling around, going different places, seeing stuff. And I'm trying to, let me look at this thing again. Let me look while I'm doing my thing, okay? So basically, oh, you could see me even though I was doing some other stuff. Y'all could see me. Let me see. I'm trying to. Okay. Let me see. Actually, can you see me now? Chat in there and tell me if you can see me now. Let me see. Can you see me now? I'm really confused as to why. Okay, I'm confused. Let me see shorts. I'm trying to pull up the videos where we went across country and we were checking stuff out and finding stuff, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to find that. Let me see. Oh, now this is when we were in Colorado, right? And okay, so this is when we were in Colorado, and we saw this. It won't glitch too bad, but this is what we saw. This is the first part because everybody's seeing the second part. Now again, I will explain it as best I can. They don't have no idea what this is. It's like the world was on fire. It's a long drive, but I don't know what that is. And y'all got to remember, that was 9 o'clock at night. It looks like it's daylight outside, but that was 9 o'clock. And we saw something shoot out of the sky, hit. But we were a couple of miles back, but we could see it hit, and all of a sudden we get up on this road, and there it is. Everything's on fire. So, I mean, I know it's skipping now, but that's what you're seeing. Oh, that's the fire. It's street across the whole. Look at that. We don't know what it was. I looked and tried to search for it on the news, and I could not find anything, any evidence of that ever being a thing. We couldn't find it. I searched hard, right? So this is the second part of it. Let me see here. This is part 2 of it. This is part 2. Because we just got through talking to the cop. Whatever it was, it burned in a very long streak, and we asked the questions of officer, what was that? And we even kind of pointed. I kept saying, "What do you think it was?" He said it wasn't fireworks. It wasn't any of that. It was around 4th of July. It was actually 4th of July. But we had seen something fall out of the sky, and it just when we got there, we're looking at that entire street. That whole side of the road is burnt, is on fire. We didn't know. We couldn't figure out what it was, and the cop wouldn't tell us either. And when I said, "What do you think it was?" he kind of just looked around, and I'm like, "Yeah, man, you can tell us." I was hoping that he explained what it really was, but he didn't. Of course, he didn't say what it was, so we had to deal with that. And that was in Colorado, and that was the first. We were going to Skinwalker Ranch, and that's where we went prior to that doing what it did. So let me pull up some Skinwalker Ranch stuff. Let me see. Let me see here. Skinwalker Ranch. Because again, we went all over. So this is, and this is us at Skinwalker Ranch. We finally got there, and this is what we saw when we went to Skinwalker Ranch.
You know how we do.
Let me run it back a little bit.
So I'm doing 2 videos at the same time so I can talk on one while the camera's getting set up over in this angle, and I can do another one. So I'm more concerned about this angle, but there it is. There's Skinwalker Ranch right there, you guys. Again, like I promised you, I'd be out here making that road trip. All right, just talked to a Native American guy. Real cool. I mean, real cool
down there. That's the place.
What he's telling me is there's a lot of Hollywood stuff going on over here, more or less. He said, but there's absolutely something going on and something unusual about here. This is as far as we can get, as you can see. Authorized personnel beyond this point, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And there's the basin. Bigelow had it first. And I don't know I forgot the name of the dude that's got it now, but his additional stuff. Again, campground. You are here 16 miles.
So I'm going, because what I'm going to do is
UV tours and all that good stuff. So
stop that. I'm going to stop this.
Not UV tours. My apologies, you guys. I'm
going to stop that where that's at, because you guys can always go look and you can see for yourself on the if you subscribe to the channel, you can already see that for yourself if you go look. We went there, and then we went to this incredible historic spot where they had all the dinosaur skeletons.
Okay, so at the museum.
Really impressive.
Dinosaurs. Try to
check it out.
Score as much as I can, you guys.
You know what? I'm real tempted to use this laptop to show y'all some of the information and some of the trick we're trying to show you guys. But this one, it's a lot smooth. It seems to be don't know why this keeps, I don't know why this is breaking up. I really don't. And thank all you new subscribers that are signed up. I really appreciate you guys. The new guys that have come in and joined up. Appreciate you.
It's a lot of interesting stuff here. I'm just trying to take it all in.
Again, I'm just touch basing, and I'm just touching base and highlighting where that's what I'm doing. So y'all bear with me on that, because I'm just I'm just trying to touch base and show you where we've been and some of the spots that we've been in and things that we've done this year. We did, I didn't feel anything at Skinwalker Ranch until the end, to when we were leaving, and it was kind of weird. So, but that's another story for another day. But again, I'm just trying to recap everything and show you guys where we've been. Like I said, we do a lot of traveling, and I don't just talk to you guys about it. I actually go out and try to see if these places exist. And of course they do. And because we've documented that, right? So I believe the next place we went looking for, when we got back from Utah and saw in Skinwalker Ranch, we actually talked to you know what's funny? Not funny, but we actually talked to a guy that was actually talked to a guy at a gas station there in Utah, and it was. If you had been there, you would trust me, Pink Unicorn. It was nice. There was a guy that I talked to at the gas station on the way out, and I don't really like. I'd rather go to these places on my own power and not be like with a convention or a tour or anything like that, because you can do more, you can see more, you can explore more, right? But there was a guy that was at the gas station when we were leaving Utah to come back, and this dude was telling me about some haunted spots down in Utah, and I can't remember the name to save my life. And again, I want to start interviewing people if I can, and I should probably just ask more questions. But again, we're a long way from home sometimes, and we're in areas that we don't really know the people. So I don't know the communities and how they may respond to a black dude asking questions about Bigfoot, UFOs, things like that. So I kind of try to just do my own research and go to these spots I want to just be really, really super cautious and careful and keep my head on the swivel while I'm out there doing things. But the next thing that we did, we went to the convention, and this is where that woman had she had put her hands on me, which I thought was just strange.
3 times in 3 places. But look here, this one is the same as
This is
the
him.
one in Oklahoma. That one,
about the DNA of
found
a
in
possible
Oklahoma, and then 2 more times here. So, it's kind of unusual that the same strange.
So it was just 25 seconds. I didn't, like I said, I was trying to get as much of these individuals that I could get in there, but I didn't want to you don't want to overdo it. So
Found in Oklahoma, hundreds of miles away. The color.
let me see. Let me see, what else do we have here? Again, I'm just trying to touch stuff because some of these are pretty long.
I gotta tell you the story of what transpired, okay? So Sanderson and Hooverman's left.
It's the DNA. Hold on a second.
And they agreed.
It's the DNA of a possible Sasquatch, right? So what they were saying was, what the dude was telling us there, that was the DNA and the water and the paths and the areas that they had triangulated to show us where the creature possibly was at. So it was actually a Bigfoot there at that spot, from what he was telling us. And he's keeping the spot secretive, of course, but the research that they've done has yielded that Bigfoot DNA in the water system there. So it's in the water. That's how they found out that everything that was there that was natural, they could account for. So they got like a database, and everything around they could account for. But then that one particular DNA that was in the water, they could not account for it. So what they were doing on top of that, they were seeing and hearing the supposed Bigfoot or Sasquatch in that area moving around, but it never really showed itself. But they could hear it, they could see quick bursts of it running through the wood line and things along those lines. But they never, from what he was saying, they never could pinpoint where it was at. But this is Ken Gerhard, the Iceman. He was there at the same conference. And again, this is the conference where that lady put her hands on me, which was really, really super strange. And
This is the most important thing. This is some kind
in
of
that area.
human ancestor or closest human relative. Obviously, this thing was alive recently, right? So the first thing that happened
Is it jumping
was
now, or
that
is it actually
they devised a plan, and they decided that they were going to use scientists and law enforcement and coercion and whatever they could to get this thing out of Hanson's hands and into his hands.
Was it okay a minute ago?
They agreed not to really write about any papers or anything right away.
I'm gonna jump back
Now,
in. Y'all let me know if it.
On December 25th, Christmas Day of 1968, Ivan Sanderson appeared as a guest on The Tonight Show. He used to go on there with animals. He was an animal handler, if you remember, like Jeff Corwin and some of those guys that would go on Johnny Carson. At the time, Johnny Carson was not the host. It was a guest host named Jack Jones, who, fun trivia point, sang the theme song to the
It looks
TV
okay?
show. Remember that?
Could y'all see it?
Jack Jones.
It wasn't.
So he was hosting The Tonight Show. Sanderson came on. Jones said, "Hey, I heard you found something like a Yeti or a Bigfoot." He's like, "Yeah, we've got one. It's real." And so this was announced to the country at The Tonight Show in Christmas of 1968. Like, yes, there's a dead Bigfoot. You know, more details to come. By February 3rd, 1969, the next year,
You said it's good.
Ivan Sanderson contacted the Smithsonian Institute, Dr. John Napier, who, by the way, wrote an excellent book on Bigfoot published in 1972.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do
Bigfoot
is
and Yeti and Myth and Reality.
let
It's a
I'm
skeptical
gonna let
book.
him keep talking, right? I'm
It's
gonna
the
jump
first
over.
Bigfoot book written by a world-class anthropologist.
Okay, I'm ready to jump out
primatologist.
on the other side now.
So Sanderson called the Smithsonian, "Hey, you guys need to get involved. We've got this thing in ice. It looks like a new human form or something." So they were discussing it among themselves. The secretary of the Smithsonian at that time was a guy named S. Dillon Ripley. They're trying to figure out. Then they contacted the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, and said, "Hey, you might need your help getting this thing. It looks like a human. It's dead." The FBI reviewed it and said, "No, I don't think we want to get involved in this. We can't really tell there was a crime." So Sanderson started those wheels in motion. Then 7 days later, Heuvelmans published an article in a prestigious zoological journal, the Royal Belgian Institute of Natural Sciences, to which Heuvelmans was affiliated, published a scientific article on the Iceman, saying we've discovered a new type of
We'll
man,
get Ken out of it.
and we gave it a Latin name, Homo pongoidus, the ape-like
I'm
man.
gonna go to the other one, right? And one of the best things that we did when we were there, we talked to this guy, which is Dr. Jeff Meldrum, right? He is a big time Bigfoot foot specialist, and he looks at the footprints. He studies the footprints, and he was the one that came up with the mid-tarsal break for the book Bigfoot because it does something different than our feet do. So this is him and me.
So what I'm trying to describe.
We're discussing. Bigfoot, Monster Quest, he's all over.
Yeah, that's what I figured out.
I'm still
No, it's
going
still worth
to
seeing. I mean, I tell people it's been there.
contract me back.
Great practice, but just be certain of your assertions. But no promotion.
And I'm sure
Then
he
with the opportunity, when you find a real one, then you'll be expert. I mean, I looked at this year. I got all your stuff flashed. Sure. I even got this. You heard it?
Yeah, so we just need to.
That was good, by the way. I love it. Thanks. Thanks.
That's what still.
Oh, oh, it's a print down. Yeah. I mean, it has some potential because the fact that it comes back. Stuff like
Yeah, we got
get it to fill the screen that way? Maybe not. Well, the fact that there we go. So the fact that in the human, you saw over his shoulder that the ball, let me do this. So what I'm trying to describe is in tracks. If it's a human, it's like there's a ball. That's why they call it a ball. It's like this, and it kind of button hooks up, and then you have this arch, and you have a small heel like that. This one, it looks like it comes way down like this. It comes across like that, and there's this. If I'm seeing it right, yeah. Now the real proof in the pudding is looking on the fifth toe. So, I don't know why is this you taking it? I mean, there's back and forth, back and forth. Okay, right there, yeah. Look. Yeah. Something. What's the reflection? Is there glass? You just threw it through a window? Yeah, there was okay. 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 To the left of. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. So that fresh, huh? Yeah. So how big? How long? Oh, okay. Yeah. So the fact, see that it's shaped like this instead of with this button hook here, that's a good sign. And 13 inches, like I was saying, 13 inches, you're up at 1% of the human population. That's not size, they're 13 inches. So that's a good accurate measure.
So yeah, see, that's him.
That's the other thing I wanted to see him.
And again, I'm waiting on him to actually give me an email back. But that's where I went when that lady put her hand on my head, and bad luck followed me for like 2 weeks. And I've never seen that lady since. And she gave me her email, and I've never been able to reach her via the email, which is really, really disturbing because again, throughout all the travels that we've done, I've never seen she's somewhere in the audience somewhere, and I have no idea where she was at. But then we went looking for the Lake Worth monster. We went on a tour with a group of people. So we went to see the Lake Worth monster a little bit after that, and here we are trekking through it with a group of people.
LA Kendrick, boots on the ground, you guys. What we're doing today is on a trail.
You see they look crazy back there too, man. It looks
monster. Supposed to be a goat dude that throws tires. So what I'm doing is trying to get footage of all of this. Panning up and panning down, looking around. Like I said, you guys, I don't just sit at the house and talk about this stuff. I actually try to get out and do stuff and bring you content. So it's strange out here nonetheless. I wouldn't want to be out here at night. Let's say one of my boys with me, but
that area was really strange. I'm just gonna skip around a little bit. And again, we were on a tour with other people. And again, I prefer to get out on my own
to do it.
Again, I would hate to be out there at night. But they said that's where the creature lived, and it attacked.
They didn't have this marked very well at all to where the tour was going to be.
Looks very old. That area looks very old. This guy was acting weird, but nonetheless. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump ahead. I'm going to show you guys the tour guide as he's explaining what the monster might be and what it looks like.
Figure out what was going on. They were up in arms, ready to try to find it and get to the bottom of it. So because of that number of people, it could be any number of things. Some people think it was pranksters, high school kids trying to play a joke. And maybe some of those things did happen, but does it account for the totality of the story of the Lake Worth Monster? It's hard to say. So far, it's 55 years old. Not really many living people connected to it all at this point. But the next day, the article came out, Satyr Day, and satyrs are the Greek mythological creature that's a goat person, right? Satyr Day outing next, and it says, police residents observed but can't identify monster. And you can see this picture. It doesn't really look exactly the same, but that ridge up there, sometimes referred to as the bluff, something was spotted up there from 30 to 40 people who were down here in this area, which they call the pit, this big area here. And they described seeing this creature or something or someone moving back and forth, and then suddenly a tire was hurled down. And some people say numbers of 400 feet up in the air or toward them. And this is an interesting 2-page article here. If you guys are interested in looking closer, I can give you a closer look. But some people say, like a naturalist here at the Fort Nature Center said, it all was chalked up to a bobcat that had begun missing. So this is kind of a cool picture that was taken right here where we're standing of that ridge where supposedly the Lake Worth Monster threw a tire at some 30 to 40 people, which, by the way, almost probably one of the most numbers of people when it comes to cryptid sightings. Usually it's just 1, 2, 3, however many few people. And now we have 30 to 40 people all describing that they had witnessed this. And it wasn't just a funny haha. Some people were really scared and tried to drive out. Someone crashed into a tree. I mean, so if it was a bobcat, yeah, it can be scary, but it's going to scare 30 to 40 people away. And bobcats aren't nearly the size of a person. And this thing was described as being 7 feet tall, hundreds of pounds, gray or white hair or fur, scales, horns. So it's hard to say these days because of how far removed it is in history, but it's important to acknowledge that it was documented half a century.
Because like I said, I'm just trying to jump around and do a recap. I want to show you guys, and again, after that, wherever that lady was, all up until that point, even past that point, right? Nothing but bad stuff kept happening. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So I want to show you guys this. I was at work, right? And this is the paranormal stuff that happened. I'm just at work minding my own business.
Yeah, check this out, man. I'm sitting here and I'm looking and working, actually getting stuff done, right? So I was getting everything done. All of a sudden, like it's early in the morning, so it was like 5-ish. And this is bolted in pretty good.
So something threw that off of the vent, broke the bolt and threw it off. I was sitting there watching it.
All of a sudden, this comes flying off. Now, the cleaning crew keeps telling me that this place is haunted, right? And I'm not sure if it is or if it isn't, right? But I keep seeing little weird stuff happen. And because I'm not a jittery, scary person, And I've seen stuff like this all the time, right? I'm not really offended or really moved by it, but this is strange, man. It comes flying off. Like, all right, okay. I can see you
What you
guys.
guys are seeing right
Weird
there.
stuff be happening all the time.
Let me stop it. Let me pause it. Let me pause it real quick. So what you guys are seeing right there?
Ladies in here getting that work, y'all. They pushing and they're trying, right?
Okay.
We're losing way too many people to bad
Come back.
health, and these ladies in here working. They working hard. This ain't easy. Y'all know this ain't easy,
Let me come back.
but it's a thing that must be done.
Okay. So what you guys had just seen, what you just witnessed, right? This situation here, as I was explaining.
Yeah, check this out, man.
Okay, what you guys are seeing right here, that was a vent, right? A filter. And let me let it go a little bit. Okay.
I'm sitting here and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm working. Actually getting.
Okay. Now what you see in here, something made it shoot off the wall, made it shoot out of the ventilation system. And that piece right there is the brace that held it together. It bolted that piece secured this piece, and it was screwed in, right? So I'm cleaning everything and getting everything ready to go to work, wiping down the equipment and whatnot. And this flies off first, pling right there, and then this follows pling right behind it. And the treadmills and everything are right to the right, over here to the right in this area.
Stuff done, right? So I was getting everything done. All of a sudden, like it's early in the morning, so it was like 5-ish, and this is bolted in pretty good, right?
I don't know what did it. I saw it with my own two
All of a
eyes.
sudden, this comes flying off.
Right off the top of
Now,
there.
the cleaning crew keeps telling me that this place is haunted, right? And I'm not sure if it is or if it isn't, right? But I keep seeing little weird stuff happen. And because I'm not a jittery, scary person, and I've seen stuff like this all the time, right? I'm not really offended or really moved by it, but this is strange, man. It comes flying off. Like, all right, okay. I can see you guys. Weird stuff be happening all the time. And I ain't asking for this, so it is what it is. It's doing what it's doing. So there it is. There it is.
I have no idea what made it do it.
Would you dare?
So let me see if I got some. And it was all after that lady touched me at that convention, and I've never seen that lady or talked to that lady again since then. And it was weird as all get up. This was us promoting.
I am trying my best to market this book. Great Word just came out. For all you good people and followers and supporters of the work. And I'm out here at the Bigfoot convention in, I think it's Jefferson, Texas. This will be the Bigfoot capital of Texas, right? And I'm trying to see. Hey guys,
They're doing exercise. Let me back up. Okay, so shorts. Who knew it was going to be this difficult? I'm telling you, it wasn't. Let me get the rest of the Bigfoot thing going.
I am trying my best to market this book. Great Word just came out. For all you good people and followers and supporters of the work. And I'm out here at the Bigfoot convention in, I think it's Jefferson, Texas. This will be the Bigfoot capital of Texas, right? And I'm trying to see if I can find Bigfoot. I don't know if there's any truth to the Bigfoot finding stuff, but oh my God, there it is. There is Bigfoot. What the heck? Really? Really? Bigfoot in my work. All right, you guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I tell you guys, I get out and I do stuff. I take you places, all right? The convention is right across the street. But you guys just follow the word. Please support L.A. Kendrick Audiobooks, Barnes & Noble's Books A Million. I am trying my best to market this book.
So that's the convention that we had went through in Jefferson, Texas. Let me see if I got anything else noteworthy. There's actually, like I said, it was pretty wild, man. Like we seen a lot of crazy stuff. But again, what you can do is once you sign up or you follow me, you can go look at these videos and these shorts, and you'll see where we've been and without all the buffering. We went to Area 51. That's Area 51. We went there. That was the year before. Let me see. Let me see if I got anything else before I jump into the other stuff. But yeah, so now what I want to do is I want to talk about the whole I want to touch on this Bigfoot thing. That's supposedly the Sasquatch thing, right? It made national news. I think it happened 3 or 4 days ago, where apparently these two guys went looking for Bigfoot and they ended up dead. They said because of the environment killed them because it was cold and they weren't properly dressed, right? But I had a subscriber send me a story about when he was in Erin, Tennessee, which is Houston County, Tennessee, where he went out jogging and something attacked him. So I'm gonna let the interview play. Then I'm gonna play part of this other thing where it's talking about the violence of a Sasquatch, because you know what? If it's real, guess what? It's probably just like people. You got some good ones, you got some bad ones, you got some crazy ones, you got some sane ones, right? So probably anything could have happened. But what I want to share with you guys is this part. I want you to see this. This made national news. This ain't me just saying it. This actually happened. So here we go with this. Check it out.
In Skamania County, 2 Portland men lost their lives while searching for Bigfoot, reported by our sister station in Portland. On December 25th, the Skamania County Communication Center received a report at 1 a.m. The report said 2 overdue people had planned to return home on Christmas Eve. A family member reported them missing and endangered. A flock camera helped locate the car associated with the missing men, leading rescue coordinators to Oklahoma Road. That's right near Willard, Washington. A 59-year-old and 57-year-old man were discovered in a heavily wooded area right off the Gifford Pinchot National Forest.
Now that's what I'm trying to stop it so it won't.
In Skamania County, 2 Portland.
Let me pause it there real quick. Okay. So again, that's not something that I'm saying. It's something that actually happened. And that's why I say it's hard for me when I want to go out and do things and see stuff, because I really want to go out at night, because I got night vision goggles, I've got a drone, I've got FLIR, I've got pretty much everything you could use, right? But again, the person that usually rides with me, the female that usually rides with me, I don't want to put her in a bad spot. And we be out in some remote spots where it's just wide open. Well, not wide. Sometimes it's wide open. You're hundreds of miles from a gas station. And then sometimes you're just in an area where you don't want to be out at night because you don't know. Am I always carrying? Yes. Protection? Yes. Whether it be bear mace, a gun, pepper spray, knives, taser. I have all of that, right? But the point is, I don't want to put the individual that's with me in harm's way. I want to protect her, make sure she's fine. That's why I wish some of the fellas that I grew up with that used to talk about this stuff when we were kids would come out there and we could go check some of this stuff out. So let me find this other guy that was talking about what he had experienced. These ads be killing me. Let me see. Where is that guy? Okay, Spooky Specters. So this is from something called Spooky Specters. And they're talking about this guy took a photo, and he's showing you a possible Bigfoot was the last thing that that he found, that he seen. So, okay. So long story short, he went camping with his friends. Said his knee started hurting really, really bad. So he ended up, his friend left him there and hoping that his knee would get better. But he had brought his dog, a black lab named Ruby, with him. And the guy that left him, father came. So they're suspecting some foul play. But the picture allegedly that this guy is that's going to be seen here is supposed to be a Bigfoot. So you guys be the judge. You tell me what you think. Okay, so this is him. Let me see.
Taking it. The area where Todd's remains were found was lush with vegetation and near a water source, conditions that could support the presence of large creatures. Todd was nearly 6 feet tall, and moving his body such a distance would require immense strength. The creature in the photo resembles reports of a large, hairy humanoid creature.
Let me pause it. The picture that you just saw, let me see if I can back it up a little bit just in case you missed it. Okay, this is supposed to be what he filmed, which was one of his last pictures. You can see the head, there's the shoulder, and there's the rest of it. But that's the only thing, that's the last picture that was on his camera when they found it. And I think they found his remains 10 years later.
Resembles reports of a large, hairy humanoid creature known as the Grassman. Sightings of this being have been reported across several US states. Named for its shaggy, grass-like fur, witnesses describe it as standing 7 to 8 feet tall. Weighing around 500 pounds, it is speculated to be a giant subspecies of Bigfoot. Grassmen are said to be nocturnal, with glowing eyes and loud, roaring calls. Some claim they emit a foul odor and attack dogs or people traveling alone at night.
That's why,
according to Lynn,
you heard what he said, and that's why I don't like really trying to go out at night unless I got one of the fellas with me. And even then, it's kind of risky because I've been out there at night by myself. And when I tell you it's pitch black, you can't see your hand in front of your face unless you got a headlamp. I'm not even kidding you.
In May's account, Todd was killed by a tall figure. Perhaps this tall figure was indeed a Grassman.
Oh, let me pause it there. He brought a psychic in to find the remains of this guy, right? So they found his body 10 years later, but the psychic said he was killed by a tall person, is what she said. So that's when they said tall. That's why he said what he said, possibly killed. I may need to run that back a little bit.
If we place ourselves in Todd's situation,
Back it up just a second. There you go.
perhaps this tall figure was indeed a Grassman. If we place ourselves in Todd's situation, the fear must have been paralyzing. In moments of extreme terror, it's hard to react logically. The fact that Todd managed to take a photo was an act of great courage. He might have forgotten about his gun or had no time to use it before the attack. Of course, this is just one interpretation. The creature in the photo could also be a standing bear. The mystery of Todd Holland's death might never be solved. After the incident, many blamed Jeff for leaving Todd alone in the wilderness. Experts noted that being injured and alone in the wild is practically a death sentence. Todd's wife described him as a kind and generous man, someone who rarely said no to a friend in need. Despite Jeff's history of mocking Todd, he still agreed to help his friend to climb Devil's Mountain.
So you can see that this is a serious situation that actually happened. So this happened. This is not something made up. This actually happened.
And search for black-tailed deer. For Todd, Devil's Mountain truly lived up to its name. One can't help but wonder if Jeff will carry the guilt of abandoning Todd for the rest of his life.
So there you have that part, right? Don't know what happened, but what we do know is that we know something happened, because there's a police report. His body was missing. There's DNA, and this guy that died and they found his body and remains 10 years ago, right? Or 10 years later, excuse me. The two guys that died here recently were in the same roundabout area. Not saying a Sasquatch. I'm not saying a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch killed those guys, but they said they died looking for a Sasquatch. From what I've studied and some of the research that I've done, right, they'll say, like they said, the grass man, they say that one's aggressive. From what I understand, a lot of people come up missing and they don't talk about it because it would shut down the forest areas, or that's how these people make their money. Yeah, it is chilling. That is crazy. Pink Unicorn, that's crazy. So they say that a lot of people come up missing in these forests. And I actually did a book, the children's novel called The Onyxide Kids, right? And if you look at that, you will, we talk about people going missing. We talk about that throughout that whole book. And so let me see if I can pull that up. But I would feel pretty messed up if I'm the dude that left my friend there. If they were truly friends, but you see stuff like that happens all the time with so-called friends. It just does. That stuff that happens like that all the time. Again, they were suspecting foul play. And so, hey, it could have very well been foul play. We'll never know. Because I don't, that dude's not going to tell what happened, not really tell really what happened, because you got to think he could do some jail time if it's whatever. So, but I've had plenty of dudes. Let me see here. I've had plenty of dudes. This is the Wraith War. This is from my Wraith War, The Benefits of a Bully. And let me see. Let me share that with you guys real quick. Okay, so this is Wraith War. This is a video. Okay, so that's the benefit. That's that book, right? And so pretty much, I'm not going to say the dude abandoned this. You can never tell what happens, but I'm telling you, I would. The dog was the only thing that survived that encounter, and I can tell you right now, man, you get out there, and it's that far into the sticks. I mean, you never know what you might run into. Because like the dude that had sent me that, the guy that had sent me in that information about getting hemmed up, doing a run, but his brother never told him what he had been hearing out there in the sticks. So his brother didn't tell him what he had seen or he had heard. So let me check across. Let me see. Let me see. Sure. Let me see here. Because this guy was telling me Let me see. Let me see where we went to. Let me show you something else real quick. Now, you know what? Let me stick to one thing at a time. Well, yeah, let me stick to one thing at a time. The guy that sent me that information, he said whatever it was, he said he had a knife and he stabbed it. And it didn't want to let him go. And it caught him while he was jogging. And he said he was terrified. And he was going through, I think I told the story, he was going through a breakup. And again, it's anybody that's subscribed to my channel, you can go look at these videos and through the playlist, and you'll see all the stuff. You'll see it pop up. But it scared that dude. It scared him to no end. And they grabbed him and left a mark on his leg, and he was bruised up pretty bad. And I did that. I was invited to speak and tell a story. So I went when I got invited, because I've been invited to Barnes and Nobles to tell multiple stories in Halloween time and things along those lines. And then just some of the libraries or some other venues in Austin, Texas, they would ask me to come in and I would speak and give presentations of things that you guys will give me, and then I will tell your story. Or if, you know, and you remain anonymous for whatever reasons, and that's fine, because I understand people may think you're crazy. Because again, there's so many, this is the thing, there's so many weird things out there in society, right? Evil, crazy stuff that goes on in society. And guess what? You can't account for everything. You can't. And I find it funny that a lot of black folk don't be talking about this kind of stuff, because, you know, for a fact, we see just as much as everybody else do. But we don't, well, no, we talk, you know what, we talk about it pretty much at where I work at. We be talking about it because we be seeing stuff. And I was hoping to show the orbs that we had seen at the job from the cleaning crew, because the cleaning crew was like, hey, these orbs are in here floating around. It was scaring the hell out of them. And somebody said, well, this is dust. Well, you couldn't see the dust particles. They were actually having a reaction to it as it was happening in front of them. Like it was moving around and floating around. And just today, right? I kid you not. I kept seeing shadows, you know, running around and flying around. And I was like, you know, and again, I don't get too bothered by this stuff, because whatever is where I work at, it's benevolent. It's not malevolent. It seems to be harmful. Only time it said something crazy though was to that dude that said, knife you, kill you. Right? But me and my coworker, because I kept feeling something on my ear and I kept going, okay, there's nothing there. So I took my hat off and shook the hat out and everything, made sure nothing was in my hat, right? Put it back on, something started messing with me on this side of my ear. I said, come on, man. So then my coworker, he finally came through the shift, right? And when he came on the shift, it started happening to him. And I said, what's going on? He said, man, I feel like something's crawling on me. And I said, and I'm looking dead at him while he was saying that there was nothing on him. And he kept doing this and kept trying to get whatever was on his face off, right? So we kept talking like we always do before a client or somebody comes in, and something was messing with him on this side of his face. And I'm looking at him and he kept doing like this, and he was trying to figure out what it was. I said, it's been happening to me all day, man. It's been happening to me all day. And again, he was the one that was with me when the shower, we went into this to inspect, you know, the shower, make sure everything was clean. And because one of the tenants had said that the shower was nasty. So we went in and inspected to make sure everything was okay. And when we got there, we stood in front of the shower, and it just started shooting out steaming hot water. And I told you guys the story before. And it just started shooting out steaming hot water. And you have to take a valve and turn it on and turn it off. It does this. There's no punch. There's no but. And it just starts shooting. And I'm looking at him. I'm going, so explain it. And then it stopped. And then it did it again. And I said, explain it. And this time it didn't stop. So he had to screw it in. Turn the valve off, and then it stopped shooting the water out. So he's been there. He's seen a couple of things. So most of the people that see stuff at where I work at is the cleaning crew. Security sees it too, but it's mostly the cleaning crew that sees it. And I've seen this last year. I want to say I've seen more supernatural stuff Then I have paranormal stuff. So I think I've seen, but yeah, I would say more paranormal stuff because supernatural stuff. Because when that lady touched my head and she mashed down, and I'm still trying to figure out who this lady was. Never seen that lady again after she touched me and brought all that bad luck on me. So again, I tried the whole smudging thing and all of this and whatever, and none of that worked. And I felt like, you know what's going on? And when I saw again, when I was shaving, I went to get some toilet tissue, because you guys, when we shave, we bleed, we may nick and bleed or whatever. So I used some of the toilet paper to try to stop the bleeding, just a little piece. And the toilet roll just started shooting on the floor on its own. I said, you know what? Come on, man. So I smudged the entire apartment at the time. And when I went to work, the stuff always happens there anyway, but it was a little bit more excessive at work. So what I had said at that point, I said, well, I roll with the supreme creator. So you know how that goes. And I haven't really had anything act stupid towards me up until today with the touching of it felt like something was crawling on you, but there was nothing. And that was weird because the other guy had the same thing happen to him about an hour later, and there was nothing in there. There was nothing on him. There was nothing on me because I checked, and I'm looking at him as he's trying to get whatever it was off of him, and there was nothing on him. So again, there's a lot of unexplained things that happen in our lives that we can't explain, and that's fine because that makes it interesting, man. And again, I'll get out and go to these places and see if these places really exist because, again, I want to try out my FLIR infrared night vision and my night vision goggles, and I would love to use the drone. Not the drones that you keep seeing and all that good stuff, but I would like to use the drones just to see, what we can see. But again, I would like to have. I don't want a whole lot of people with me. I just want if it could be one of the fellas, I would take one of the fellas. But again, I don't want to put the person that's with me in harm's way. So I'm just saying, the investigations are cool, but we used to do them in the daytime. Every now and then we'll try to get out and do it at night. And when we try to use the telescope and other things to try to track down when we go to these UFO hotspots, guess what? We never see anything because it's always overcast. I mean, every single time we've gone out to the deserts or wherever cross country in the Midwest, wherever, Arizona, and it's always cloudy. I have not seen it one time where it's not cloudy. Anytime we try to go out and check out stuff, it's always cloudy. Which is, it is what it is. But I definitely, like I said, I definitely like this stuff. I'm definitely interested in stuff. And again, I appreciate all you new subscribers. I think 2 new ones subscribed today. And I appreciate you guys, appreciate the thumbs up. When you come in, hit that thumbs up button because it helps the algorithm and it helps me do what I need to do. And again, I got that animated cartoon from the Battle for Stonehenge coming out too. And I'm trying to get that bad boy out this month. It should be completed Sunday. So you guys will be able to see that. You guys asked for it. I deliver it. I'm going to have it ready for you. And again, I asked you guys for a dime. It came out of my pocket. So we're going to cover that. And then next month we'll have Run Downtown, where this young lady goes looking for a friend's daughter because the private investigator that she sent, the last thing he sent was information where the daughter was and where he located everything. And then he came up missing. He went missing. But this story is amazing. And the Battle for Stonehenge comic book has been made animated, so it's amazing. So I'm bringing you guys that good stuff. So I'm basically giving you Would You Dare stories, the horror stuff for the adults. That's for the adults because it's hard-hitting, incredibly original horror stories. And I've let a few people that are close to me read the first 2 pages, blew them out of the water. Absolutely blew them out of the water, the story. And so, again, I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of information. I got a lot of stories that I got. And thank you so much, Pink Unicorn. Hopefully 2025 will be a great year. Like I said, I would love to get this stuff. I would like to see this stuff on the big screen. That's what I want. I want to see this stuff on the big screen, and I want to give some good stories because you guys notice everything seems recycled. The most original stuff that I've seen that was horror, that was really good, I dare to say it was Jordan Peele with Get Out. Thought that was amazing. He's done some pretty good stuff, but that Get Out just blew me out of the water. I was like, this was original. The other stuff, it always started off pretty good, but then it kind of didn't end well at the end. A lot of the movies that he did after that, but he did amazing work. He does amazing work, and that's we're from that generation of Transformers, the original Transformers. You know, Generation 1, G.I. Joe, He-Man. We come from that generation. That's when storytelling was great and it was original, and that's what you're seeing now. That's what I'm trying to show you now. And when you read my stories, you're gonna be like, oh snap. And I'm mad because we got the kids novel out, and it's kid sci-fi and it's kind of spooky stuff, but it's child friendly too. Anybody can read it, but it's child friendly. I was trying to put distance between the three projects, but the benefits of Bully Wraith War should have been out a long time ago. But the publishing company and everything kept getting messed up, as you guys would see. And now I'm trying to make sure this is more polished and that I have more control over it, and that I see that it comes out right this first time versus a second, third, fourth, and fifth time. But I promise you, when you guys read Run Now Town, all right, don't say you've been warned. Oh yeah, Wraith War. Like I say, it's and with Wraith War, it's everybody that I knew that meant something. They all got a shout out. Each one of them made into a chapter, and then at the end, you got the additional people that you give a shout out to. So I don't anybody that I've ever known that's made an impact on me, I don't want them forgotten. I want them immortalized. So that's what I do. But I appreciate you, KK, getting that book. I really do. And anybody else that purchased the book, I appreciate everybody. So again, I was trying to stream the other day, but somebody came in from out of town, and you know how that goes. But with all the crazy, y'all be safe out here with all the crazy stuff that's happening. Keep your head on the swivel. And that's what I mean when I say there's some weird evil out there. And it just seems to be heavy in society. People are unhappy. And I just think I wrote a book called The Paradox of Pain, right? And I have these two demons called netters and prodders. What the prodders do, they poke and prod you to do the things that you wouldn't normally do that are bad. And then it chips, when you do the act, it chips off a piece of your soul. The netters are the ones with this supernatural net that takes that part of your soul, takes it back to the collector. And after they get all the pieces of your soul together, they have you. That's what it seems like I'm seeing out here now. But it's just crazy. It's crazy out here. Like I say, look at that's what I mean when I told y'all last time we streamed. Look at the person that you work with. Look at the person next to you in the car, looking down at their phone and won't even look up at you. They're doing like 80 miles an hour. And when they do look at you, they look like they got an attitude or they're cutting you off. Or that to me is evil. That's just evil because you don't have any regards for anybody else's life. You're going to drive without a headset. Somebody's going to lose their life. And you see it a lot in Dallas. You see it a lot on those highways in Dallas. So, the people that you work with, your neighbors, people that you see in the supermarket, just look at people and look at their expressions. Look at the body language. Something wrong. Something's going on. More so than I think that it has been in a while. I think I had read something about, the Catholic churches have said that demonic possessions have gone up like 30 to 50% over the last 15 to 20 years. Something's going on, man. You can clearly see it. And I think they meant back further than that, because I think they mentioned in the movie, as a matter of fact, too. So you just got to stay strong in your spirit, in your spirituality, and strong in your faith, man, because there's always something out there trying to take you, you know, and make you do things that you don't, that you wouldn't normally be accustomed to doing. But yeah, man, it's been great. Like I said, I wanted to make sure I got the stream in, with the first stream for 2025, and I tried to do a recap. And again, I got to look at this thing again, because I don't want it buffering like that. Next time I want to be able to, because this computer doesn't have all the video footage and things that computer has, that this computer has, this one here has all of the good stuff, but it doesn't stream like this one does. So it doesn't have everything. I'm trying to transfer the information over there to that, but I'm telling you guys, get ready, run downtown. It's a horror novel. It's going to knock your socks off. I promise you, right? And then the Battle for Stonehenge animated series that I just got through finishing up, it's going to knock your socks off. And again, I appreciate all you guys for coming here and sticking and staying. I'm going to go and wrap this thing up, right? So you guys, y'all, you know how we do. Y'all know how we do. Check the dark closets and recesses of your home. Check under your bed. Check around the house, right? And if you happen to work late at night or into the wee hours of the morning, right? Go outside. Check around your car. Check under your car. Be mindful of your surroundings, because you never know if there's a Sasquatch ready to snatch you up and make you a story. And you know what? This has been L.A. Kendrick. With another Tale from the Water. Would you dare? And until next time, you guys be safe and fill in the rest.